Hey everyone, how are you all doing? And welcome to Vlogmas Day One. So yes, I am doing Vlogmas this month. I'm kind of doing my own version of it. It's kind of like Bookmas that Haley and Bookland does. Again, my own version of it. So I'm basically going to be uploading a video every single day in December. So from December 1st all the way to the 31st. I am so nervous for this because I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. But I'm also so excited because Christmas is my favorite time of the year. And so I'm just like, oh, I am living. And also I didn't really upload last December, so I missed out on the Christmas content, having my Christmas tree in the background, and so I'm like, well, to make up for last year's failure, I should upload every day in December. So yes, I am so excited. I hope you guys are excited as well. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you guys don't miss out on Vlogmas because it's going to be so much fun. I have so many exciting videos planned for this month and you're not going to want to miss them. So also hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And let's just get right into the first video, which is my December TBR. So because I am not only doing Vlogmas but also trying to keep up with novel revisions and also just holiday stuff in general, I don't know how much I'm actually going to be able to read, but I do have a little stack of books here that I'm going to talk about today that I would like to read in December. So the first one is a book that I read every December, and that is The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. This is a sort of Christmas Carol retelling. We basically follow our main character. I was about to say I forgot what her name was. It's Holly Chase. This is about our main character, Holly Chase, and she is a Scrooge through and through. She is not a nice person. So on Christmas Eve, she gets visited by 3 ghosts, and they basically tell her if you don't change your ways, you're gonna die, and she does not believe them. And then because she doesn't change her ways, she does die, and ends up being stuck working for Project Scrooge as the latest ghost of Christmas past. So basically, every year Project Scrooge finds a Scrooge and tries to help them become better people, but this year's Scrooge is a little bit different, and it's just, oh, it's such a good story. It's become a Christmas classic for me to read every single year, and it's just so much fun. Like, Holly Chase is so unlikable, but everything about the story is just so much fun, and it's definitely like my favorite Christmas book. Not like I have a whole lot to choose from that I've read, but it's fine. So I'm really excited to reread this book this year. The next book I have is a book that I reread every year, and I just haven't done it yet, and that is Wonder by RJ Palacio. So if you guys are new to my channel, then you won't know that this is my favorite book of all time, but it is my favorite book of all time, and I do a yearly reread of it, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've been reading so many other things, but this one just feels perfect to read in December because December to me means Christmas, it means cozy, it means happy, it means a lot of different things, and so this book kind of encapsulates all of that. This book makes me feel really cozy and warm, and there are some sad moments in it as well, but it just makes me really happy, and this book just means a lot to me, so I'm really excited to reread it this month. So if you don't know what it's about, we basically follow our main character Augie, and he has a facial deformity, and because of that he's had to go through so many different surgeries, which has prevented him from going to public school. But for 5th grade, him and his family decide that he should finally go to public school, and so he does, and he ends up getting bullied pretty badly, and all of these different things happen, and he's just having a lot of trouble fitting in and kind of finding his way and finding his people. But it is just such a beautiful story. Augie is definitely like one of my favorite characters of all time, and this book just means a whole lot to me, so I'm very excited to get around to rereading it this month. So the next one is another reread, and that is What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. I have not reread this book in a little while, and I just got this UK edition for my birthday from one of my best friends, Julia, from a Reader's World, and I really want to annotate it, and so I've been waiting for the perfect time to reread it. And even though it takes place during the summer, December just feels right because this book makes me really happy. December and Christmas makes me really happy, and so it just feels like the right time. So if you don't know what this book is about, we basically follow Arthur and Ben, and they have a bit of a meet cute at a post office, but then they forget to get each other's information, and one of the boys ends up actually posting a missed communications post, and they end up finding each other, and they go on a series of first dates, and it's just like such a cute book. It's definitely one of my favorites. I love Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, and I'm just really excited to reread this one, and I'm particularly excited to reread it because when I read it the first couple of times, I wasn't that into musicals. I hadn't seen or listened to Dear Evan Hansen or anything like that. The title is inspired by Dear Evan Hansen from the song Only Us, and it's referenced a lot throughout the book. I'm just finally excited to read it and understand the references to Dear Evan Hansen because it's now my favorite musical, and I'm really excited. So the next one is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Despite my love for The Afterlife of Holly Chase, I've never actually read A Christmas Carol, so I think I'm going to either listen to the audiobook or read the ebook. I don't like reading ebooks, but I figured if I borrow my mom's tablet and read it on there, it might be easier because it's not as small as my phone or as small as my mom's e-reader, so I'm figuring if I read it on her iPad, which is like a decent size, if she'll let me borrow it, then it might be okay. I don't know how long this book is, but fingers crossed that it works out because I don't know if if I want to listen to the audiobook. You guys probably already know what this is about, but it's basically about this guy named Scrooge, and he is like obsessed with money. He's a terrible person, and then one night he's visited by 3 ghosts, the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, and they're basically like, you're gonna die if you don't change your ways. And so he goes through this entire journey, and then when he wakes up, he's like, Christmas, I gotta change how I am, I don't want to die. It is a beautiful story. I do like the concept of the book, so I would like to read it and hopefully enjoy it, because classics can be very hit or miss for me. Hopefully I can read it and enjoy it, and maybe it'll become a Christmas tradition to read this book every year. Who knows? I guarantee you there are so many beautiful editions of that book, and now I'm really hoping that I'll love it, because I love owning beautiful classics. I like this. Okay. The next one that I might get to, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to, but it's One Day in December. Ooh, I can't remember who it's by. Why didn't I write this down? Good going, Brittany. Okay. So One Day in December by, oh my god, I forgot it already. So One Day in December by Josie Silver. I honestly don't even really know what this book's about. I just know that a lot of people have read it and loved it. I think about these like 2 people who like meet up every year on one day, like in One Day in December or something. It's kind of like their like anniversary where like they see each other every year, but I'm not sure beyond that. It just sounds really cute and interesting, and I'm always on the lookout for more Christmas books, and I don't have that many, so I'm hoping that I'll love this one. And the next one's a little weird, kind of, maybe, I don't know. It's The Invisible Life of Addie, LaRue by V.E. Schwab. If you've been on my channel, you know that I've already read this book. I have a whole reading vlog dedicated to it that you guys can go check up above in the cards. I loved it. I tabbed it to no end, but I've been thinking, and I've been trying to figure out maybe what books can appear on my favorite books of the year list, and I'm not sure if this one is going to make the cut or not. So I figured, why not just reread it, and then I can find out. I can like solidify my opinions on it, because I did really love it. I don't know. It's like one of those things where like you really love it, but you're like, do I love it that much? So I want to reread it. One, because I just love the story. I love these characters, and I loved the writing, so I can't get this book out of my head to begin with, but I do just want to read it again and just really solidify if it's a favorite or not. But if you don't know what this book is about, we basically follow our main character, Addie LaRue. She makes a deal with like sort of like a devil, but not really a devil, where she will live forever, but she is cursed to be forgotten by everyone she meets. It's a story that spans 300 years, and she walks into a bookstore one day and somebody remembers her. And it's just this really beautiful story. It took so many turns that I wasn't expecting, and the writing, like I said earlier, is just so beautiful. So I'm really excited to reread this one, and I actually might annotate it, because I only tabbed it when I first read it, but I think I might annotate it because I feel like that would be fun. I'm really excited. Okay, this next book I really need to get to because it was on my 2020 TBR, and I haven't read it yet, but it's Goodbye Days by Jeff Sentner. This is a book that I have had for 3 years. I started it last year. I got 77 pages into it, and then I put it down for I don't know what reason, and I just haven't picked it back up. So I was like, you know what, Brittany, put on your 2020 TBR and that will make you get to it. And I still haven't gotten to it. It's been on TBRs. I just haven't gotten to it. So I'm hoping that I can get to it this month, because I really want to cross it off in my bullet journal and feel accomplished that I've read it. This is a book that follows our main character, Carver, and he is currently mourning the death of his 3 best friends who have recently gone into a car accident, and he's also dealing with some guilt over the whole situation, because the reason they got into the car accident was because they were texting, and the person they were texting was him. So he feels really guilty thinking that he is to blame for their death, and it seems like a really sad and heartbreaking book, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy it. So I'm hoping that I can continue it. I was enjoying what I was reading, so I just want to continue and finish it and see what I actually think about it. I desperately need to read this one, so hopefully I can. And then the last one I kind of just threw on here right before I sat down to film, because I saw it on my shelf and I was like, you know what, I really want to read that. So this one I might not get around to, because like I said, December's about to be a really busy month for me, but hopefully I can get to it. And that is Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. So this book came out last year, and I have started it before. I got it from the library right when it first came out, and I read a little bit of it, but then I wasn't in the mood. We basically follow our main character, Jack, and he meets this girl named Kate at a party, and they really hit it off, but then Kate ends up dying, and Jack ends up in this like endless time loop where he just keeps going back to the day that they met, and he believes that he's being sent back to try to prevent Kate's death. So that's kind of his mission. He's trying to save Kate's life, and it just sounds like a really sad but also really cool book. I'm really interested in reading books that deal with like time loops and just like time travel in general. It seems really interesting to me, so I'm really hoping that I can get to this one and love it. It just seems like a lot of fun. I've heard, I think, nothing but amazing things about this book, so hopefully I will read it and love it. So those are some of the books that I am planning on reading in December. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys are planning to read this month, because I'd really like to know. Subscribe if you have not yet already. Guys, I am doing a video every day this month. You're not gonna want to miss it. You guys are gonna love it. I promise you. So subscribe down below so you don't miss it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for a new video. Bye!